Okay. How about Gladys? Gladys, okay? How are you doing? So Gladys, you are in Kuching as well, right? And then I also have Stephanie. Stephanie in Kuching as well. Is it Stephanie?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 with us. So I'm expecting actually 15. And Chiachi is ready here. Good morning, Chiachi.
Morning, Jaka.
Um, okay, so I think while we are waiting for the other students to show up, hopefully, if when I saw the one on the bottom also, Rana Shinghe. How should I call Rana Shinghe? Is it Rushiraka or Rana Shinghe, or how do you prefer me to call you?
Rusiraka, sir.
Rushiraka, huh? I call you Rushiraka.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Rushiraka? You good? Are you doing okay?
Yeah,
Everything is fine?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. You're in Kuching, Rushiraka?
Yeah, sir. I'm at Kuching now.
Okay, and who else again? In here I haven't really, I haven't said hello to Kusau Brandenburg. How should I call you? Kusau or Brandon? Kusau, okay. Kusau. Don't hesitate to reply me back. I would like to hear sound of you. That will be better. It sounds more personal. Then who else again? I haven't said hello to Tarindu. How are you, Tarindu?
Hi, sir. I'm good.
Good. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So okay, four people again. Hopefully they will show up again soon. Abdul Kader, when will you take your FYP? Is it this semester or next semester, Abdul Kader?
Next semester, sir.
Okay, okay, I see. And I think you will choose something like simulations as well, right? So this, for those that want to take a final year research project for simulations, then this will be a good unit to be a bit to try to get as much as possible from this unit. Okay, so I will share my screen. Okay. Okay, now hopefully you guys can see all my screens. Can you see my screens? Can, right?
Yes, we can say, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so as per my announcement, I want you to start going into the unit outline, and then if you look into this, how to say that thing? You look into this Canvas module. I have started opening the first 4 weeks for you to go through. Okay, so here I'm using a student view, and then the syllabus you can open in the Canvas. Then this one is going to be an auto pop out door where you can see the unit outline. Okay, and what else again that I can put in here? So if you go into the home in here, so this one will tell you a little bit into the unit and then the unit structure. The teaching team is myself and Chiachi. So Chiachi is also here today. So we will start with the unit outline. Okay, I will not. This drop-in session is basically to touch base with you on, and we would like to reiterate again what this process modeling and optimization is all about. Okay, so this one is a process modeling and optimization. So this is a third year unit. And this one is, we are going into the new semester of semester 1 to 2021. I'm really hoping to actually see you face to face as soon as possible. Hopefully after this semester, when things get better, after all the vaccines get distributed very well, then hopefully it will it will dissipate the situations. Then, because it's always good to see my students. So this is a unit is CEE 30006 process modeling and optimization. The durations in here is 12 teaching weeks. Okay. The total contact hours is 6 hours per week and recommended 7 hours of independent study per week. So that was what we originally want, but because this is an online unit at the moment, so everything that we want to put is we put it online already, but it doesn't mean that everything will be online, because every week we will try to have one drop-in sessions, and then we will add more depending on whether you want that sessions or not. If not, then alternatively what you can do is you can always email me, and then in case I'm busy, then I would expect to return back the reply in about 3 hours. Give me 3 hours, or if I'm very busy, then give me about 6 hours, then I will definitely get back to you. And then we can always set up a private online session with you, okay, over the Teams. So my students always have the right to have individual sessions with me over anything that you think is requiring clarifications or more explanations. Okay, the prerequisites in here is the MTH 1007 Engineering Mathematics and CEE 200001 Introduction to Chemical Engineering and Engineering Mathematics 3A. I'm not sure whether this is valid or not, because they keep on changing the units from time to time. But I suspect what is important in here is that you really understand, have some basic knowledge on the mathematics, and then being able to do some mass and energy balances. Okay, and then there is no core requisites required in here. There is no concurrent prerequisites, and there is no anti-requisite as well. What I assume that you know already before you come to this unit is that the calculus, you have understanding into calculus and the mass and energy balances. Okay, and this unit accounts for 12.5 credit points, and as you know that chemical engineering only is delivered in Malaysia, so this process modeling and optimization is only offered in our Sarawak campus. The mode of delivery in here is probably not face-to-face. I have to change it to online. Okay, but I think you know that this is just temporary. So meaning that the next time this unit is delivered again, it will hopefully be face-to-face again. And then this gives you a little bit of snapshot into the assessment summary. So it's we have an assignment 1, which it's used to be test 1, and then we used to have a test 2 as well. Then this will be done individually. We will go a bit more detail as in later in the bottom as we have the timeline available. So the aim of this unit is to provide you with the skills in the derivations of the mathematical modeling. So mathematical modeling is important for chemical engineering. So before I joined chemical engineering, I thought that personally I like chemistry the best in my high school. And then I thought, but I don't want to go into chemistry, because I thought that pure chemistry, then if I do a pure chemistry, then I can only become scientist, or I can only become a high school teacher. So I thought that at that time chemical engineering it sounds more interesting and more, how to say that thing? It sounds more interesting than chemist. So I go to chemical engineering, but only when I do chemical engineering, then I know that chemical engineering is not about chemistry. In fact, chemical engineering is mostly about mathematics and physics. Okay, so in the 2 units that I'm teaching, this one and transfer phenomena, it's there is involved a lot of modeling components. Okay, so in particular in this process modeling, we will deal a lot with the numerical analysis and optimization. Optimization is a little bit, but mostly on this process modeling is all about teaching you how to do the numerical analysis, because numerical analysis is an important component for chemical engineers. So as you go into your process plan design later, if you use an Aspen HYSYS, you use an Aspen Plus, you may need to use also MATLAB as well. So this unit is a unit that will give you a good overview and a good chance to go explore different types of the modelings and how to solve it using a different type of numerical methods. Okay, so the students who successfully complete this unit should be able to identify key mathematical modeling concepts. Okay, so this relates with the K1, K2, and K3 in here, which is the key program outcomes, Swinburne engineering competencies. Okay, and that also relates with the EAC PO1. Okay, so this one is relating with the program outcomes that is related with the Malaysian Engineering Accreditation Council, because our chemical engineering program in here is accredited by the Malaysian Engineering Accreditation Council. Okay, and then the second one is the explain types of processes and simulation relevant to various chemical engineering systems. Okay, there are many types of processes and simulation that chemical engineering has to deal with. Okay, so this relates with K4 and K5, and then EAC PO2. So K4 in here is this emerging disciplinary trends and practice context, and then the PO2 in here is related with the problem analysis in here. Okay, so the next one will be, you should be able to formulate a mathematical model of steady state and dynamic chemical engineering system in terms of the algebraic and differential equation. So steady state meaning that there is no involvement of the time variable. So your process behave as a steady state system. So it doesn't change, because then I mean time does not play a role in your process or your system basically. Dynamic, on the other hand, represents a systems where the behavior of the systems change with time. Okay, so if you have a steady state system, normally what you will have is essentially an algebraic equations. Whereas if you have a dynamic, or what we call unsteady state or a transient system, then what you will have is differential equations. Okay, and then this relates with these characteristics K1, K2 with this EACPO2 as well. Once you're able to formulate those mathematical models, then you will also be able to identify the appropriate analytical or numerical methods and their suitability for a model. So this will depend on your model again. Is it steady state? Is it a dynamic model? And then a particular analytical or numerical methods will be able to only solve a particular type of the problem. Okay, so this is why you need to, so during the whole unit, when you do your projects, okay, you are expected to basically work with your group mates to solve a particular type of the problem, because the types that is solved for this process modeling and optimization is quite wide. So each group will handle different types of the system. So for example, one group will take a steady state system, the other group will take a dynamic systems, and then when you present this thing, okay, when you are being assessed, then you will know what you are doing, okay, and then you will have a little bit of insights into these things as well. But of course, you will go deeper into your own projects with your own group members for that particular methods. Okay, and then the next thing that we want you to do is you would be able to use a computational tools relevant to the developed model. So for example, in the project 1, you will solve your project 1 using a MATLAB. So MATLAB is one of the important software that I want my students to be able to at least be able to use, and for those that wants to be able to master, that will be a very good aim as well. So I start this process modeling unit in 2016, and it took me some time to basically gradually implement the unit so that it becomes right now, where we basically have a very strong curriculum components within this process modeling units to basically let you explore and try to master the MATLAB and the Aspen HYSYS. Okay. So then the next one is you will be able to obtain analytical or numerical solution of steady state and unsteady state problem related to chemical engineering system. So this one relates with number 3 and number 4. Okay, once you're able to formulate and then be able to explain number 2, and then you should after you identify which one to be used, then you will be able to obtain the analytical and numerical solution of steady state. So these 6 aims are embedded within your process modeling unit. Okay, so the graded attributes that will be developed for this unit is the communication skill, teamwork skills, and the digital literacies, because you will have exposure to this MATLAB and Aspen HYSYS. And then these are all the concepts that are given for this unit. Concept of the modeling of chemical engineering system, a different type of model, energy and material balances, quantitative equations, steady and transient systems. We will also deal with the distributed LAM parameter, examples of mathematical model of chemical engineering systems, philosophy of the numerical solutions, okay, and then the numerical solution of a system of linear and nonlinear algebraic equations, ODE and PDE. And then we will go a little bit into the optimizations, because optimization itself is a very wide topic, so it's impossible for me to try to cover this optimization. So I will be focusing mostly on the modeling part of this unit. Okay, and all these are just the things that you can read yourself if you want to have an idea. Okay, this relates with the accreditation. Accreditation forms an important part in your program, because when you get your bachelor, then if you want to work in Malaysia, for example, then you have to apply for the graduate engineer certifications, okay, at the end of the program. And I think that should not be a problem, because the faculty office will be able to help you on that regard. Okay, so then let's go into the part B in here. Okay, so I will talk a little bit into the history of this unit. Okay, so basically I developed this unit. Hi, Chachi. I developed this unit back in 2016. Okay, that one I think I started with Chachi in the first place. So in the beginning, when I want to develop this unit, I want to put more emphasis on how I can make my students be able to master this MATLAB and Aspen HYSYS, so which will be useful in their as when they go out for industry, or when they want to later on go and continue to their postgraduate studies, because MATLAB is quite important as well, and Aspen HYSYS is an important software in that when you want to do a techno-economic analysis or a design for your particular plan, then you will have to use this Aspen HYSYS. Aspen HYSYS is a bit easier compared to Aspen Plus, but Aspen HYSYS cannot be used to simulate, unfortunately, a solid phase. Okay, or Aspen HYSYS can only used to simulate liquid and the gas phases. Okay, Aspen Plus can be used to simulate solid, liquid, and gas, but you have to tailor more on the other parts, such as the reactions that is more complicated than the Aspen HYSYS. So that Aspen HYSYS is given in here to let you have a little bit of the taste of this simulation software. Then later on, if you are interested with the Aspen Plus, you can go with this by yourself. So as I go with developing this unit and delivering it for, I think already about 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I've been delivering this with Chachi for 5 years. We have been constantly improving this unit. Okay. Project 1 was developed in 2017, because before 2017, I find that giving only MATLAB lecture and teaching units, it's not very much helpful to the students. So some of the students, they don't really try to learn the MATLAB. Okay, so it's not very good. So that's why I embed this MATLAB project into the unit in terms of the project that has 30% of the score, so that you will have a look into the MATLAB materials that I give in the lectures, and then in some of the additional materials as well, and then you will try your best to basically go into those things, try to understand, okay, and then so that me, I mean myself, I can just give you my time to cover those part where you think you have difficulties on. Okay, so the unit improvement that we apply for this particular for this particular semester is that we add a new problem example and the associated MATLAB course into the project one, but I'm not yet implementing this new example. So what I have in my previous in my project one is this one. Okay, so what I implement, what I put in your project one is problem number 40 and 49. But when I look back into these problems examples for 39 to 40 to 49, I find that they are a bit more advanced. So at the moment, I'm not giving you this one. What I will give you is I will assign the project from the one on the reference 6, but the one that has not been taken by the previous group in semester in the previous year. Okay, so I will not give you that the new problem yet for this semester. Okay, it's just for an overview. If for those that are interested, you can have a look into those new reference 7, and then see if you if you probably can implement some of those into your project one later on. Okay, and then the way that we arrange the group is also a bit different. Okay, and then we are adding also the peer assessment component into projects 1 and 2 to ensure that the final score of the individual students for this project will reflect everybody's contribution. So we want to be fair to everybody. Okay, those that contributes more, then they should have, I think, their deserved score. Okay, and this one is going into the unit and the teaching staff. And then we will have a lecture on the week 1 to week 12, and then the tutorials from week 2 to week 10. And then the computer laboratory for MATLAB. This is normally what happened in the face-to-face sessions, but as I'm giving you only a drop-in sessions, then I will try my best to discuss the MATLAB, some of the MATLAB examples from your lecture notes and those that I'm taking from the additional materials during your drop-in session. But then again, that depends on your interest as well. So I will not push you too much if you feel that you are heavily tasked. Okay, so if I will try to fit in as much as I feel that you are interested with during that drop-in session, and then you are expected to do your own independent learning from between weeks 1 to week 12. Okay, then this will be week by week schedule. Okay, since we are operating with the tuition week, so the first one will be this week is Introduction to Chemical Process Modeling. And then the next one will be the development of the LAM models. So the LAM models in here is sort of what you get from your introduction. So we don't have a variation of the properties as a function of the space variables. So that this one is just the most easy model that we get. Is just a development of the LAM model. Okay. And then steady state, we will go on the week 3 on the steady state simulation of the LAM model that I divide into 2 parts. So for week 3 and week 4. So why I divide it into 2 parts? Because I don't want to make the content too saturated. So that's why I want to give it gradually so that you can digest this content better. And then on the week 5 and 6, 7, we move into the dynamic simulation of the LAM model. So this again is divided into 2 parts again. Okay, you note on the right hand side, this project 1 distribution is supposedly to be given on the week 3, but I'm hoping that me and Chiachi will finalize the group list on at the beginning or at the mid of the week 2. Okay, and then for the project 1, we will give you this morning. I have started scrutinizing the remaining projects that I have not given for the group. For the groups on the last year, and then I will assign that project accordingly, and then I will announce it hopefully by the beginning of next week. Okay, so to give you a little bit of break for this week, and then hopefully you can start communicating with your groups, and then start on finding what are those projects so that it will give you extra time. Okay, on the week 3 we will have this one. I'm on the week 4 we will have assignment 1. Okay, that will be, I think, about 3 hours or 4 hours. Okay, and then that will be only covering the materials from week 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then in the tuition week, I will not stop in here, but I will not give you any assessment in here on the tuition week. That will be on the development of the distributed models. So distributed model are different with the LAM models in that distributed model, there will be a variations of the property with the space variable. So for example, if I only have one space variables, let's say I have a rod, something with the very full something like you imagine you have this pencil, okay, something with the very long dimensions on one coordinate. Then normally what we will do is we are interested only in the variations of the property along this one dimension. So this one, for example, I can take it as Z, for example. This is also considered a distributed model. But if I have a three different coordinates, so X, Y, and then Z, for example, that means that if I want to find if I want to define that model using these 3 different space dimension, then I will have to deal with this distributed model. Okay, so this distributed model is actually what we will describe more in detail in transfer phenomena. So those that will take this transfer phenomena next semester, they will see me, and we will go deeper into distributed model. Okay, so the next, after the tuition week, on the week 7 and 8, we will have the steady state simulation of distributed models, and then I'm dividing this into 2 parts as well, so as not to make this challenging but more digestible for you. So that will be part 1 and part 2. Okay, so in this week 7, we will have a project 1 submission and presentations, and then also a peer assessment for project 1. Okay, and then on the week 8, we will have a project 2 distributions. That one will be Chachi will describe this more after my turn on this one. Okay, and then on the week 9 and 10, we will have a dynamic simulation of distributed model part 1 and part 2. Again, I'm dividing these things again into these 2 parts. So as you can see in here, it's very systematic. So in the first week 2 until week 6, we are dealing only with the LAM model. After we deal with the development of the LAM model, then we go into the solving the steady state simulation, and then the dynamic simulation. Okay, likewise from the week from this week, the tuition week, until this week 10, we are dealing with the distributed models. Okay, first one with the development, and then steady state, and then the dynamic simulations of this one. So the outline of the unit has been made systematic. Okay, and then later on you may ask me, Jaka, why you call me not by doctor? I don't really care about my degree. So I'm also I'm basically your colleague and your friend. It's just I'm more senior than you are. I have obtained my PhD, but it was a long time ago. But I'm also always in the learning process as well. So you call my name by Jaka. Okay, and then you know that as you go with the process modeling, and then you read a lot of other materials, you know that there is a process called stochastic process, and then there is a deterministic process. For example, I'm not giving the stochastic process because the stochastic process will involve a statistical variable. So I don't want to complicate the process. So what I'm giving in the process modeling is something that is basic, that has to be covered within your unit. Okay, so after I go into the week 11, I will start talking about the process optimization. So I'm giving you a little bit insights into what process optimization is about, but I'm not giving it a detail on this one. Okay, so I'm expecting that you would be able to try to go and explore for yourself on what process optimization is about. And then on this week 12, we will have a parameter estimations. So it's all about the fitting. If you have a linear system, how do you fit your data into that linear systems, and how to extract the best fitting parameters for that particular system. And then this week 12 will be in here is a project 12 is submission and peer assessment for project 2. But this will depend on Chiachi. So this she has the discretions into deciding for this project 2 submission, because I think that is related with the Aspen High Seas. Okay. One thing that I want to highlight from this week by week schedule is that you can see that in the canvas it doesn't go with this T. So it goes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the last week on the canvas will be week 13. So you have to basically don't confuse yourself, but you just basically follow this thing, because before the Pro Vice Chancellor office change, this we deal with week 1 until week 14. Okay, so now we have a tuition week in here that basically lets you to. It doesn't mean that this tuition week is given there to give you total break on. No, this one is basically to give you a much more relaxing pace for you to go into your own materials. So you're not supposed to be given a full break in here to take holiday or something like that. No, okay. So you are given those time where there is no assessment for you to go with your own more relaxing pace, so that you can rethink about your units against those other units that you take as well. Okay, so my principles in giving you a unit is not, I try not to give you that spoon feeding of the unit. I want you to be to explore as much as possible, and my role in here with Chiachi is as a facilitator. So we want you to explore as much as possible, and then we don't want to basically saturate you as well with a lot of materials. So you have to go and find your own pace. The material is what you are needed, okay? Because in the future, once you finish your degree, you have to have the capability to basically learn and relearn yourself. So you know why you are learning what you are learning, and then what are the products of your learning. So that is more important. Okay, next we go into the assessment. Okay, assignment, we have for assessment again in here. You want to connect this one with your week by week schedule in here, and you want to take a note of this one. Okay, what is important from this assessment breakdown is that you know that for this process modeling, it's heavily a group project based. Okay, as you can see in here, the project 1 is 30%, project 2 is 40%. So imagine that 30% is already on the project 1 and 40% is already on the project 2. So meaning that 70% of the whole mark comes from the project, from the group project. So that's why I told you earlier that the group formation is very important. Okay, and then we also want to take it seriously as well this time, because we think that last time when I keep on revising and updating the curriculum for the unit, then I don't have a time to really think into applying the peer assessment procedure that will make it fair across the whole project. So I have been consulting Dr. Hao. You know that you will meet Dr. Hao in your process plan design later on. So he has been suggesting and we have been discussing about how we do this peer assessment. Okay. So in order for you to pass this unit, then you have to have an aggregate mark of 50% or more, and then you have to obtain at least 40% of the possible marks in the project. I personally think that this is not very challenging things to, if you just want to pass. But those that wants to really score the highest for this unit, then you need to give your best for the projects. Okay, and then also for the assignment 1 and assignment 2. Everything else you can read it yourself, and then we will use this required textbook of this Bernilson process simulation using MATLAB, a set of lecture notes for the course of process simulations at this one. Okay. In the beginning, when I developed this unit, I basically used his lecture notes. But as we go on time, I have been adding many different materials into the slides as well. So it's not just this one anymore. So I think it will be also covered in here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so I'm using this book also, Richard Gervais and Duong Du, as that I also use in my transport phenomena, because this Prof. Du is was my professors when I did my master in Queensland. Okay, the other book in here are mostly on the numerical methods. Okay, I think that's pretty much all, and I will give time to Miss Chiachi to talk about his part before I move on into something else again. Okay, Chiachi, do you want to talk about something probably from your side?
Can. From my side, it's just a very short one. Okay. As what Dr. Jaka mentioned just now, so I will be handled on project 2. So I'll just give you an idea what is basically project 2 regarding STU. So in that project, it will be contributing 40% to this unit. So you will have 3 tasks, and all these tasks will be going to conduct in group basis. So that's why at the beginning, when you choose your group member, make sure you have to find those. You will see in the requirement that we have stated that at least one member who is locally based, which be in Kuching. So that will be in the cases that if you not able to access the software remotely, okay, so due to some technical issue or other possible issue, then you have at least one group member who can enter to the campus and you can use the software, so on the lab. Okay, so then that will be the requirement and also the purpose why we have stated this requirement when you try to find your group member. And the 3 tasks that you are going to do in your project 2, it will be divided from stage to stage. So meaning to say you will start up from CAS development first. So I will give you a project, and I'll give 3 projects. Then each of the group you have to choose. So it will be based on first come, first served basis. So once I release a project, then you have to choose what will be the topic your group are interested to do. Okay. Then you select the topic and send me the type topic, and I'll finalize it. So in the task at the beginning, you will have to do some literature review on the process description of the selected process, and then you will need to do some tasks. For example, you have to do mass and material and energy balance. So I believe that you have learned it from your second year you did, which is in intro, if not mistaken. Then you will be applied it in this unit. So you will find that in third year unit, whatever that you have learned through in your previous semester, you have to actually apply back in this unit. Okay, in your third year and also in your following year. So you will start to calculate, you will do a material balance, you will do energy balance based on the required production rate. And then you have to produce a process flow diagram, and you draw and give a label and also some symbol to let me know what is your stream information, as well as you have to prepare some flow sheet summary table. So once you have done this, then you will submit to me. So I will have a sessions with you all to go through all this process flow diagram and also your calculation on the material and energy mass balance. So then I will give you my feedback before you proceed for the following task. So after that, then you will proceed to the second task, whereby you have to use HYSYS to perform your CAS simulation. So you will develop, you will construct the flow sheet in HYSYS and run the simulation using HYSYS as well. Okay, so all the informations that you needed, for example, what will be the equipment, what is the input data in order to run this in equipments in Xpeng HYSYS, all this while you have to find it by yourself. Okay, so I will just give you what will be the production rate that I want and what is the product that I need you to produce, and then you have to find out all these informations by yourself. So that's why you have to do your literature review at the very beginning when I release the topic. Okay, so after you have do all this thing, then you start to generate your simulation. in HYSYS. So after you have run it, then you'll get the result. So after getting the result, the next step, you have to do some called a parametric study. So in HYSYS, you will have a feature we call case study. So you perform case study by using HYSYS software, and with some of your knowledge on the chemical engineering process, then also using the input condition from your best case flow sheet that you have generated in the previous task, then you start to do this parametric study, and then you will see what will be the improvement that you need to do for this specific equipment or this specific locations or a specific situations. For example, you want to save the energy. So for this overall production, so how much energy that you want to solve, then how you can minimize the utility load that you have input to the heater and cooler that you have in your productions. Okay, so all this we will call it as a parametric study. Then you are the one have to perform and find out and state the reason why you need to do this parametric study and why you need to have this improvement in this particular equipment. So after you have done all these simulations and also case study, what you need to do, the last thing will be you prepare a report, and you have to do a presentations as well. So based on last semester, we have a live presentation sessions whereby Jaka and I, we are the evaluator for the presentations. So similarly, it will be going to apply in the semester, but this while we are not going to have a live presentations, but what we are going to do is we will need you to pre-record your presentations. So this is to cover the possible issues that will be encountered during the live presentations in Microsoft Teams. So you have to pre-record, and then we will call a sessions where we will do interview sessions with you all based on your pre-recorded presentations. Okay, so you have to record your presentations, and then we will ask questions. So from there, we will evaluate your understanding on the simulation as well as your response to the questions. Okay, so this is the information regarding to the project too. So when times comes, when I have finalized the project, before I release it, then I will put an announcement to inform you all that project 2 has been released. So you have to go through and select what are the topic your group are interested to, and then you send in the topics to me. Okay, first come first basis, and after that I will have a briefing sessions. So don't worry about that. During the briefing sessions, we will go through again all the tasks that have been listed in this project too, as well as the marking rubric. So if you have any questions, you can ask me again in during that briefing session. Okay, so regarding to the tutorial, then tutorial, what we are going to learn, we will be going to learn how to use Expand HYSYS. So most of you have an idea what is Expand HYSYS, and you have used it before in your second year. Okay, just that in your second year, you do not have physical sessions to the classes. Most of us are using online. So you are providing a remote access. Similarly to this semester, you will be also providing a remote access as well. Remote access, I have submitted a name list and request for this remote access for this unit. At this moment, we are still waiting for the ITS to do the configurations, and once they have done it and execute the access for the students, so I will inform all the students how you can access to that remote access pathway. So this time around, we are using Splashtop. We're no longer using TeamViewer. Okay, so just wait for my announcement, and you'll provide instructions and also the step-by-step guideline. Right, so tutorial sessions, I have record all my tutorial sessions. So I will upload the worksheet, and also I will upload as well the recording. okay, the pre-record video to the Canvas as well. So it will be in a weekly basis. Then you just go through and you have to read through all this pre-recorded video and also read through the worksheet. So once you have get the access to the expertise remotely, try it. Okay, make sure you try it. Don't just get the ticket, because the remote access, I will call it as a ticket, is that is very precious. Not everyone will be provided like whole the access throughout the whole semester, because we understand that we are going to share with the other units. So once you are granted this access, please go through. Okay, at the beginning you try to log in and see whether you can log in with the provided user ID as well as the password. Okay, so try it, and if you encounter any issue, please let me know immediately. Then I only can resolve it for you. Okay, don't wait it until the last minute when you comes to do for your project 2. Then only you let me know that you can't access it. So it's too late. Okay, so try it, and once you get the worksheet and also the pre-recorded video in the Canvas, then you please watch it and also read through the tutorial worksheet and try the tutorial. So I will conduct a drop-in sessions as well. So according to the timetable, you have been allocated a time. So for your tutorial sessions, for this unit is on Monday and also Tuesday afternoon. Okay, so check your timetable. So I will conduct, although it's allocated 3 hours, but I'm not going to use all these 3 hours. So I will just use about 1 hour drop-in sessions. And from there, we will have a discussions. Whatever issues that you have encountered during your own practice, okay, using the expertise on that particular topic, we can discuss over there. Okay, so that is what from my part. So please read through whatever worksheet that has been uploaded and also the recording, because in the tutorial sessions, it's not going to be repeat again the same thing. While we hope that we are using that drop-in sessions to give you more information. So you're not going just repeating whatever that we have recorded in the video, but we are going to using that in time to have more discussions, whatever issues that you have encountered, or perhaps some extra information that we did not able to record in the video. Okay, so video, that is a limitation. So we have just recorded what is important, which we want to deliver. But in the drop-in sessions, we are very precise for that time, so we can discuss more. Right? I think that's all from my part. So anything else, Jagat, you think that I have missed out?
No, I think you have pretty much tell everything. Look, I would like you to be more active, because sometimes I'm handling too many things, because I'm also the director of the Research Center for Sustainable Technologies in our campus. So it means that I'm supervising 11 postgraduate students at the moment. So sometimes I may not be not be able to keep up with everything, but that's not an excuse, meaning that what I want is, for example, now I'm just realizing that I forgot to basically make it public, my recording lectures. Okay, so that means in my announcement, I told you that I want to ask you to for the recording lectures. So this is my bad. I just make it available just now, the recorded lectures. Okay, so you have to go through these things yourself. Okay, please make sure you go through these things. And I have redone all the all the recordings again this semester, because last year one was quite poor. Okay, so we want to basically give the best quality. So that's what I re-record all the weeks recorded lectures again for you. But what I want you to do is, do not hesitate to contact me, to email me on Ciaci if there is anything that is not clear, any doubts or everything. Okay, we will not bite you. We are not dogs, so don't worry to basically contact, hey Jaka, or hey Ciaci, what about this? As long as it's for something that is reasonable, and then it's trigger us. For example, if I forget, hey, I don't see any recorded lectures on the week 1, you ask us to read the recorded lectures. Where are those? So you have to trigger me on those things. Okay, that's very important. So we want you to be proactive. So just now I just check it. I just realized that basically I forgot to basically turn on the recording for the week 1 and the week 2. So this I have made available the first 4 weeks, so that you just go with your own pace. So whichever you want to go with week 1, you just go with week 1 first, and then the tutorial will start only at week 2. I think, okay. And then I think Chiachi will also add more videos to basically enlarge your content a little bit into your Aspen HiSys. So these things is I record using my tab to make it direct screenwriting, so that you can stop and play again. You can stop and play again, so that make it more friendly for you. Okay, in terms of the resolution, I try to download everything into the YouTube, because I have limitations in terms of the space storage in here. What important is that actually the actual length of the video is very long, but I have to make it short like this, because YouTube only allow less than 15 minutes video to be uploaded. Okay, but in reality, in order to also make my lecture digestible, then I have to make it into a small chunks as well. So you just go along with your own pace as well in here, and then ask us if there is anything that you need. Okay, this canvas is very user friendly, and it has been made to you in the best way possible to do those things. Okay. Another thing that I want to discuss is, like I told you again. So for the project 1, I will limit this into the reference 6. So each group will get example. So for example, this one we will be covering from, for example, project number 27. That will be example 3.14 from reference 6. So that will be this one. Okay, example 3.14. I can go in here. Okay, this book I will share with you on my Google Drive. I will share it to your email for each students, but then I will keep it only for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Then I will have to remove that the book from sharing box, because this is against a copyright. Okay, so I'm not supposed to share it with you, but then you need to go. You need to do this project, and you need to basically have this book lah. So that one is example 3.14. So which one is example 3.14? I expect you and your group mates to have a look into this example 3.14, for example. Okay, you check which page is it, example 3.14. So this one is example 3.3, example 3.8, example 3.9, example 3.12, example 3.13, example 3.14 is this one, for example. Okay, so you go in here, and then this one in here. The one that is in project 1 will be given already in this project with 3 activities. So everything that you need to do is available in here. The marking rubrics is in here. The group nomination online sheet, which you have filled already, is also in here. And then the MATLAB course available in here. So those projects that I will assign available in this one. Okay. And that project is already, that course that put in this folder already we tested that all has been able to run well. Okay, and we also give the project one of the group project sample that we think is one of the best as well in here. So this one is the expectation. Okay, if want to score very well, then this one is one of the expectation for the project 24 in here. But I'm not giving the project 24 again, because that will basically duplicate what the previous group has done before. Okay, so for this particular project, it was done, I think, about 2 years ago by your senior, I think, in one of those groups that they able to do this thing very nicely. Okay, in fact, if you are interested to find the the details into my MATLAB project, why it is good, then you can go into this particular paper. I'll show you now. I don't know. My computer is a bit slow now. Okay. We have been publishing this project for your senior into the particular education project. Okay. So this one was telling me about how I developed this particular project. Okay, this one was published in Education for Chemical Engineers. So last year I have a time to basically accumulate the data. And this one is related with the IChemE. So we have also an IChemE student chapter in here as well. So this MATLAB project, I can be proud that I can tell you that this MATLAB-based project is published in Education for Chemical Engineers journal. So not many professors in this area can publish in this journal. And it took me about, I think, 3 or 4 years before I be able to have enough material to publish this one. And then I think this one goes about 7 months of the process to tell you about everything. Okay, and then this one is giving how we assess this MATLAB-based project and why it is advantageous to the students as well. Is all defined in here. Okay, so those is a little bit into the projects as well, and then I will share it as soon as I conclude this session, hopefully by today, or if not, then by early next week. And then MATLAB Online. Okay, I just want to, next week will be on the MATLAB Online, but I want to show you that MATLAB is accessible online. Okay, so you will not have a difficulties to share this to open a MATLAB. So what I need to do is I just click on this MATLAB Online. Okay, we'll go a little bit into these details on the MATLAB Online as we go into each lecture. So you need to put in your students Swinburne, because Swinburne is already having this subscription available made to every staff and also to the students. Okay, this one I give it in here. Then you can go into the MATLAB by yourself. Okay, that's what I want you to start on exploring yourself at the moment. So then you can put in a new script, new live script in here. MATLAB Online is a bit less, it's a bit slower compared to the one that you install in your computer, but this is what I run normally. If I want to, for example, checking, like the one that I have in here is basically the one that I have like from my last semester one, when I check some of the students' code for my transport phenomena assignment. Okay, what that's what you can open in here. Then you can open this MATLAB files. For example, you can open, for example, project 28 in here that I have in here. Okay, for example, I want to open this one. I want to click in here. Right. I will not go through the detail on this one. Okay, and then later on for your project one, we will have these peer evaluations also. So this will be embedded into your submission project for your project one. So for example, if I want to put in, I just want to show you a little bit, and I will discuss more in the detail later. So there is three groups, 3 people for each member that I put in. For example, this one is Jaka. For example, if team member 2 is Chiachi. For example, if team member 3 is, for example, Bobby. Okay, I go next. Then this is the guideline that you need to read carefully for the peer evaluation. So for each group member, you can only have a maximum number of 21. So if the total assigned except the limit of 22, then 1 point will be deducted from the evaluator. And then you need to rank your teammates, and then also you can also put in your comments. Okay, and then if you don't submit this peer assessment, then you will get 0 mark for yourself. Okay, then we will do all the necessary normalization procedure for this one. So let's say, for example, I do it. Let's see, I want to score myself very low. For example, I put 4, and then I score Chiachi very high. For example, 9. So 4 plus 9 will be 13. 13. So you have 21. 21 minus 13 will be 8. 21 minus 13. Yeah, that will be 8. Okay, so in order for fulfill the requirement, then I need to rank myself. For example, if I rank Jiaqi the highest, I put her rank 1, and then I put myself rank 2, and then rank 3. Okay, so this will be the first criteria. So you need to read what is the criteria. So for example, if I want to score the same 7, if for example I'm very satisfied with everybody, then but I still have to rank in here as well. I still have to rank myself. For example, I rank Jiaqi is rank 1, and then as I think I perform poorly on this one, then I rank this myself here. Okay, and then for this criteria, for example, if I'm thinking that myself is the highest one, then I put 10, and then I still think that if Jiaqi is doing well, then I put 8. Then the last one will get the remaining one, so that will be 10, 8, 2 plus 1, that will be 3. Okay, so I put myself in here, for example, rank number 1, and then the other one, Jiaqi is rank number 2, the other one is rank number 3. Okay, then I put, if I want to put that, for example, Jiaqi is the best. Okay, Bobby does not put the does not submit contributions on time. He is always late. Then this I have to put it in here. Then that will be given comments member. Okay, then that will be what the peer evaluation is all about, I guess. I'm just giving you a bit of snapshot, okay, so that everybody understand, and also Jiaqi also have a snapshot. Then based on those things, and then the rule that I basically sent to you in one of your announcement, then that will be the baseline for your project, and that will be also applied to the project 2 as well. Okay. I think up to this point, me and Jiaqi have been talking too much already. So we would like to invite any questions from you guys. If you have any questions, do you have anything that you want to ask, please don't hesitate. Because I think it's very passive, so I'll just mention a name one by one. Stephanie, do you have any questions?
Not for now.
Okay. Kusal, you have any questions? Okay, next, Chandipa. Any questions?
No, sir. No.
How about Gladys? Gladys has any questions? Gladys, do you listen? No? Okay. Saif.
No, sir. Not yet.
Okay. Sarina.
No questions.
Abdul Kader, any questions from you? Normally you are quite active, Abdul Kader.
I want to ask for assignment 1 and 2. Are they like tests or assignments?
They are like tests, Abdul Kader. I mean, it's given like 4 hours for you to do. Because otherwise, if I make it assignment, I have to make it as difficult as the Transport Phenomena that you get last semesters, right? That will be a bit of open-ended books. Then that you can do it for a week. But I'm not. I'm just testing something that is not really difficult lah, I would say. Okay.
All right.
But this time is totally different. It's gonna be something new. So the examples from your seniors or the previous tests, there will have less use. I totally change everything this semester. Anything else again, Abdul Kader?
No, looking forward to it, sir.
Okay. Chang Ying, any questions? Chang Ying is not here, or Chang Ying here? Chang Ying is not here, right? Oh, no, sir. Okay. Evangeline, should I call you Evangeline, right?
Yeah. No questions for now,
No
sir.
questions for now, sir.
Okay, good, Evangeline. It's just bad I cannot see your face, though. Huh? Panchali, how about Panchali?
No questions,
No
sir.
questions, sir. Panchali, you're in Kuching, yeah?
Yes, I'm currently
Yes,
in Kuching,
I'm
sir.
currently in Kuching, sir. Okay. Rusiraka, any questions?
No, sir. All good.
No, sir, all good. All good, huh? Then Tarindu.
No questions, sir. All
No
good.
questions, sir. All good. Okay, and then Refera.
No questions, sir.
No questions, sir. Shafaf. Is Shafaf today in? How are you,
Yes,
Shafaf?
sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I'm good too.
I
We are
wanted
good
to
actually.
ask
ask
if we can access ISIS remotely
ISIS remotely
every time, or is it
every
only on
time, or
a
is it only
specific
on a
time?
specific time? I'll let Chiachi answer this.
It should be a specific time.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Um,
Okay. Tiara, are you, any questions? No. Okay. Again, I have given you my. You can always contact me through my email in a pressing issue when I forgot anything. Please don't hesitate to WhatsApp me. I mean, we are here to help you. Okay. And then we are not here to make your life difficult. We are here to help you. Don't hesitate to contact me for anything and Chiachi. And then to be more proactive, and that is what we want. So for example, if you see that the lecture recording is not being uploaded, then just trigger us a questions. Okay, no questions are stupid questions, so everything is welcome. But then just bear in mind that probably we cannot respond in 5 minutes, so we sometimes probably we are too busy with other things, but we will always try to reply as soon as possible. Okay, then I think this is a good time to really see you and welcome to the new semesters. And online is not, I think I'm optimistic that these conditions will get better. So I really encourage you guys to basically use this online session as much as possible. Okay, and do it as much as possible, and then put more energy into your things. And then I hopefully by the next semester it can be blended learning. Hopefully, I can't wait to see you face to face, right? But I'm sure that definitely next year it's gonna be face to face. Definitely have to be face to face. Okay. Okay. I think I will stop my recording in here, and then I think I will stop the sessions as well. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.